shit.
Like somebody possessed Elmo.
I'm gonna make one that's like oriented at going all to your YouTube clicks. So it's literally gonna be one that's based on traffic.
Okay,
and I'm
cool.
gonna do another one that's based on engagement. So it's like for people to share and like and comment. This is blowing up like something I've never seen before. So like even rate. So that's insanity.
That's
let's blow this
that
up.
is amazing. That's really good news, and I gotta tell you, I don't get very much good news. Lexa, play Lexa Terrestrial, Volume 10.
Enough food for you.
Volume 5. Wait, turn this.
Lexa Terrestrial, some existential, thought-provoking, boner-inducing.
All you Italians fucking everything up. Let's get it. Okay, we gotta start the day. We really do. I don't ever feel like going out. As much as I like to perform, like I love it when it just like ends, you know?
Wanna park my ex right next to the garden hat. Open about to go wait shit. Go up and out of your face. I'm pretty bronze, believe in luck, peace, peace.
Gently drop it. Thank you all, Lexa Terrestrial. You're home, you're like, I did it. You know? I could just like eat, watch Netflix, flick my bean, whatever.
You know what time it is? Go to that vitamin. I'm working on the sick. There's a bitch in the downtown.
Funniest thing, but I had a cop ask me, "You're not bombing the place, right?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. The Dutchtown bomber." No, just an artist. When you want to succeed, but you feel like you never will, like your family doesn't care or get you at all, like you just want to shout at them or run away, move out west, or just end your life. When you try so hard for one thing, and life laughs in your face and does literally every single thing opposite, and you sit there and question your own reality and why no one respects you, and it's extra hard for you. Is it because of your depression and anxiety? Is it because people just don't fucking care and life sucks? Is it because you suck? There were times when I was about to get my period and I just remember getting intense suicidal thoughts like, I'm never gonna make it. I'm never gonna amount to anything. What's really strange is in 2011, I remember my uncle would constantly say the same thing, the same exact phrase. And that year, he took his own life. It had a major impact on me because he reminded me a lot of myself. I went through a couple of my best years ever, the past 2 years, and then a flip in my brain out of nowhere switched, and I think I need my life repaired again. I quit smoking. I take medication. I've got nearly 100 tests done, and I'm perfectly healthy. But my mind is ever so potent. Anxiety is very psychosomatic. Sometimes I feel like I'd finally make it once I was dead, or it's better than finding out that I failed. Like death is almost success. Everyone will remember me in the state that I am in currently, and I won't have to deal with this anymore.
Oh, we're still keeping that one.
I'm like one of those Italian girls that like, you know, like those Italian boys in like the 1920s with like the dark circles under eye. You know, like they're like the Italians with the dark circles. I'm like one of those Italians. I have fair skin. You could literally see everything in my body. Like you could see every fucking vein in my body because my skin is translucent. Whatever the fuck on my face, bronzer, but I realize, like, no matter what you do, what you fix, what you have, you always find a problem with something. Like, I literally hate myself sometimes. I think it's because I compare myself to, like, people that have more than me. Which isn't good. I think when I was happiest was when I just, like, told myself never to think anything negative, and I literally challenged my brain to not think anything negative again, but I'm just like never satisfied with where I'm at, and I'm like, shouldn't I be further along? Life didn't turn out as planned. Every relationship I've ever been in has somehow made me feel even more depressed than normal. I think because it makes me examine myself more than I typically would. Because that other person's shit makes my shit feel even more like shit. Gucci! And then when somebody starts mistreating you, you think it could be one of any 1,000 reasons and negative things that you already think about yourself. I've always felt better being single. I think it's because no one's there to judge me, and I have more fun alone. I just feel like relationships are obsolete. There's no point. Nothing lasts. Not even life. Love dies. So why waste your time? At a certain point, the reasons somebody loves me are often the same reasons that they fall out of love with me. And it breaks my heart. It makes me question myself. I already question myself enough, so when people do, it really shakes my core. I also came to a realization at quite a young age that I don't think I want to have kids or get married. I feel like I'd fail at it, and I also don't want to spread my seed and give my child all of the problems that I had. I would almost feel bad. If I did have a kid, I'd probably adopt.
I don't feel love, got your man up in my twin bed, and he started leaving his toothbrush.
Sometimes I see everybody else getting married and having kids and wonder if that's the way that you're supposed to live life, or if that's the key to success. Then I realize that you don't have to live a conventional, vanilla life. Believe it or not, I'm actually almost done with my full makeup. I can't believe I'm saying this, but While Being Watched is the best I've done my makeup. I just don't get it. Like, why do I do my makeup so good while there's like a camera in my face? Probably because I'm a fucking alien. And that's the one thing that nobody tells you. Is that there are no rules to life. Except the ones that you make. Whole like to-do list, and I got most of it done, but I still have to go through a lot of this stuff. But first, before I do anything, I warm up my voice. And this is the weirdest shit ever, but a really good vocal teacher, she was a Broadway teacher in New York, she taught me this. And it just worked. It just helped with my placement so much, so I kept doing it. And I've literally been doing this like every day for like years. This is, you grab your tongue with a napkin, right? So, or I usually cut it off like here, but this whole time I've been farting. You have to like push down. I don't understand how singers like go on stage like half naked, because you have to like push it out to sing. Like I don't understand. Yeah, I haven't been able to go up that high for like 2 months because I like to stop. Yeah, that's where I'm going into whistle register, but I haven't been able to hit whistle register since Odessa died. Are you okay? Are you gonna let it out? Let it out. Let it. Drop your glasses. Pick glasses. They screwed up like you have a hot flashes. Which one? Pick one. This one. I'm so, of course you know that. She is like such a dime. Every day eat potatoes. I don't want to sound like that video, but my first album was called Planet Puff.
Yes. You should write it down.
Planet that I'm from, and I don't know why, but I was very fascinated with aliens. I always have been since I used to watch X-Files, and I wanted it to be like this colorful, cartoony planet, like super neon and like bright colors, and like I was riding in a Barbie Jeep. Jordan Beckham did the artwork. That was my first album, self-produced. Had no fucking idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to sing on pitch. I didn't even know pitch was a thing. I had no fucking idea. And then when I moved to New York, I did Electric Dollhouse.
Yes. Electric Dollhouse. Was that like your kind of like first intro into Lexa Terrestrial?
I think Planet Puff was an intro into Lexa Terrestrial, because like Electric Dollhouse is obviously the clothing brand I have. Planet Puff is the planet I'm from, and I didn't know Electric Dollhouse was going to be like an actual clothing brand, like a merchandise shop that I was creating and starting up from the ground until 2015. Or Faith and me collaborated a lot, and during the Club Kid days in New York, where we were like, you know, performing at raves and hosting parties with like Amanda Lepore and shit, we would, you know, dress up and wear light up plastic. I met Robin, my idol, at Santos Party House. We would just light up the place. We would just like put on these fabulous fashion scenes, and like I had the best stage shows when Faith was around. And
see, Robin was dope. Not to cut you off, but Robin, like, that was mine.
I like dancing on my own.
Yes.
I mean, like, I would try to rap really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a really awful breakup in New York, and I dove into hip-hop. Hip-hop was my escape. And I started putting out some dope ciphers. And that's when, like, I kind of, like, I was always known for rapping, because I always did, like, pop rap, or, like, what people would call techno rap.
Yeah.
But Ronald Reagan was definitely that. And then I collaborated for my second hip-hop track. I collaborated with Tookie Carter. And then I did the Lex Files.
You did something else before that.
Collaborated with Jaron Benton. Opened for Hobson and him, and like did a bunch of fast like electronic rap, which was like super dope. It was before the Lex Files. Pull the trigger.
No, I was talking about Bill Clinton.
So, in fact, we'll probably play it right here as I cut the potato.
With you and Jordan York came about.
Jordan were like good friends since way back. He performed my album release. We were like both signed to the same manager for a while. He's like my brother. We grew up. We started out like together essentially. I was on his album cover. I did some songs with him when we were both first starting out. And now I'm working on Chase Dreams Not Boys, which has been my philosophy, and I try to preach this to women. I try to preach to them like to follow their dreams and not follow dudes and waste your time, like, because you're so young, and like I am like always in a race against time, and instead of like worrying about guys and winning them or losing them or what they think of me, I'm going to sit back, not care at all, and pursue my dreams. And I want more women to do that. I want more women to like focus on their job, their career, their passions, their hobbies, their friends, their person. Being alone and spending time alone and self-care and like loving yourself and saying no is the best thing that you can do. And like that's literally the focus of this album.
Speaking of your new album, sonically, like how did it differ from Lex Files?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like I'm like, oh, this is so much different, and then I look back and it's all got kind of like the same. It's like a different cake, but the same icing. You know what I mean? This one is more hip hop. It's
Okay.
way more hip hop. It's more bars. It's solidified hip hop. Hard. It's like fucking hard. But it's also got these light, ethereal, like 80s synthwave tracks in there.
Right.
I would just sit and fucking produce all night. And hopefully you like vegan food. My breath always smells like garlic. And my ex-boyfriend used to like not want to be around me or kiss me, and he would like make fun of me because of it. And so I was like, well, now that I'm alone, I can eat as much garlic as I want, and no one can say shit. So love. This is the culprit. It's my own homemade pesto aioli. Although unfortunately, I have so many jars of it.
What would you like after this album go around? What would you like the fifth go around to be?
So once I release all this, if it blows up on Spotify and gets on some playlists and shit, I get picked up. You know, like there's a lot of the rappers that are featured on this album are doing big things or are about to blow. I would like to blow the fuck up and get out of here and hire my friends to do things like put on my friends and make as much money as I can, because I want my parents to retire. That might never happen, but I just have so many ideas, and like I feel like life didn't really turn out the way I thought it would. I'm always making music and I'm always progressing as an artist and as a person. I really just don't care. Like I don't care. I'm always going to do this. I'm going to do this when I'm a grandma. I already have a plan for my album when I'm a grandma, because like guys are allowed to be old, guys are allowed to be ugly, guys are allowed to have shitty personalities, and they can still be successful. But girls have to be pretty, they have to be young, they have to be perfect, and they have a cutoff age. It's like, why is that? People complain about that in Hollywood though.
But
too, so.
also look at it like this too. Look at Kim, and look at Remy.
Remy Ma, Kim,
Remmy's
Trina,
almost what? Remmy's what?
Missy Elliott, when she appeared at
Remmy's
the Super
50.
Bowl.
Remmy's 50. No, not Remy. Missy's 50. Look, Missy's 50 and still doing it. She got an album coming out soon. Remy is in her 40. Older artist.
One thing I wanted to mention was this is kratom. I put like a teaspoon in my orange juice like at nighttime. I might put like about this much on it. Yeah, it's like a little relaxant. It's like kava. I don't know if you know what kava is. It'd be equivalent to like having a glass of wine. And I'm gonna cook super fucking fast. You're gonna be like, so, oh shit, oh god, no, no.
Check.
No. Sorry.
When your best friend try to kill you.
I'm not. Those shoes are though. I love stir fries more than I love like boys.
I think that should be like an album title or something like that.
That would be a really weird album. Super poppy. It's super poppy. The look on your face right now is amazing. I'm gonna move this. Wait, do you need to hold on to something? I love the look on your face right now. You should film the look on your face. Roscoe.
That makes sense.
He uses a similar drum, like in a lot of his music.
Yeah.
5 foot, but I want 6 figures. Still wanna be a star, shoot 'em for stay lit. Now the only thing I want is to be your chick. I feel the world, afraid that I'll drown, but if at least to give you my word and my vow.
Horrible. Sorry, Jesus.
The hell was going through your mind when you said all that?
I just needed a word to rhyme.
Yeah, okay. Right.
This was like a song I wrote about love. Like, you know, I don't write songs like that anymore, so I don't know why this is on here. I love beats. I love beats. Yo, give me a beat. Yeah.
Or that
Sitting
album
in my
title I
seat,
told you.
eating up my beats. Shit's so good, I'ma put it on repeat. I am gonna be playing at Veg Fest, so like.
I know. That's cool. We need more. See.
We need more things like that because like.
Exactly.
I love veganism. You damn right I'm gonna play. You don't even
Right.
have to ask me. This little dancing 3-year-old girl, I was like,
Yeah,
I was
because I was there.
I was worried. I know. Wait, where did you come?
The first one, yeah. I was there for the whole thing because what's her name was there? Because Trish was there.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, I was there for the whole thing.
So, this is my album, Chase Dreams, Not Boys. And this is the album cover for it. Or, well, that's Fuck Love. Cody Vondell did this.
Okay.
He works with, like, this guy that I love his art, Mike Diva. Mike Diva is, like, best known for doing the kawaii Donald Trump thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to know who did that because I didn't know who it was.
It's the style of it is like what I would consider like 8-bit or glitch or vaporwave.
Mm-hmm.
And this album's very like this track is called Dangerous Drug. I produced this track. It's I did Hell of a Drug.
Which I love that song.
And now this is Dangerous Drug. It's like kind of like the second part of that, like
nice.
the aftermath of love being a drug.
Teaching our kids merely stay away from that stuff. But when they talk about drugs, no, that never mentions bullshit around the beats. Try to be perfect, but only attractive. The shallow essence on the surface, purpose is worthless. Seem to love and love unconditionally. It's useless, trick to possess and a waste in a great generation. Sex ain't gratification. I get so annoyed, so I turn off all of my notifications. Conversations are basic. I don't have the time or the patience.
I'm glad I'm playing this for you. Nobody hears this shit. Yeah. I just made this. I was having a panic attack in the studio while making this. I couldn't breathe, and I was somehow still like I was like dying.
Thank God 'cause we did it. Can't take a joke, but my rhymes are not kidding. Boy, you fucking up with it. Sorry, not sorry, you finished, just quit it.
I might, the very last song. I might, the very last song. I might.
Bitch going up on the track.
Because it felt like I've heard you do this song
Everyone shut up.
at the last show. It was
Ain't no rules or restrictions, just vision. 'Cause visions are made for my best life.
like it sound like I'm Better by Missy. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay.
Which is
Missy Elliott
crazy.
is my absolute idol. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Did I pull up on your bitch in a minivan? I gotta turn this damn bass down. No, he mixes so good. Not really. Pull up on your bitch in a Ford. I'm doing 100 on the highway. So if you do the speed limit, get the fuck out of my way. You about to get ran the fuck over? Yeah, my anxiety. Yeah. I don't think people know what anxiety is. Anxiety is like literally it's like being on a bad acid trip or a bad weed trip. It's like being outside of your body. It's really weird, and it's like I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but in a sense, like I tell people this all the time, like I would. Like if you're an asshole, like yeah, sure, go ahead. It's been dissipating a little bit, but I don't know if I told you the story about I think the first time I had a panic attack. Like I've always had anxiety, probably since I was 9. And my anxiety, that's when it started, when I was 9 years old, for no reason. No 9-year-old has anxiety. Like, you know what I mean? No little girl at 9 years old has anxiety or like existential crises, and it took on the form of a really bad eating disorder where I stopped eating. I was super depressed. And I was essentially like a zombie. And I was like really young. And I had to be hospitalized and all sorts of shit. And that's when I started, I would like, in the hospital, I would rap. And it was a bunch of older girls in there, because, you know, like, most girls with eating disorder are, like, in their teens, or, like, 20s, or whatever. And I was this little girl rapping, like, Eminem and Dr. Dre, and all the nurses would be like, you can't swear, Melody, that's inappropriate. And it would be funny, I would, like, play pranks on the nurses and shit. Then eventually I got better, but then eventually I started to get, like, OCD really bad, and the OCD was so bad that, like, it would, all day, I would be doing, like, counting and, like, weird rituals and stuff like that, and, like, nobody knows this. Like, nobody knows this about me. I've not told anybody because it's embarrassing. I would, like, put on my clothes a certain way. I would walk a certain way, wash my face, brush my teeth, get in the car, put my seatbelt on, like, so many times. Like, everything was meticulous. I was like a fucking robot. And I was like, I'm sick of this. Eventually I stopped it and I got rid of it. And I got on medication. And then I started getting panic attacks. So it's like, no matter what, the anxiety always came back. Like, a few years later, it was like, hey, like, you know, it was like, my anxiety is like a fuck boy that you don't talk to, and then he, like, hits you up randomly on Facebook, like, hey, how you been? Except it's, like, really bad. So it's just bad. I can deal with fuck boys all day, but anxiety, like, I don't know. I was getting sore throats all the time, and it was hard. It was, like, hard for me to speak, like, physically speak. I was afraid to sing, and I guess it was maybe me, like, being afraid to communicate something maybe that I wasn't communicating. I'm not really sure what, but that eventually went away because I started smoking, and that just completely took my anxiety away. It's like something I don't think I can help. I think it's genetic, and I fear getting close to people, because that just causes havoc. Yeah, because I just fear, like, nothing lasts forever, and I don't want to go through anxiety again, and I feel like being with somebody is just going to create anxiety. There's been a few times where, I mean, like, it's literally consumed me all day. I've had to, like, lay down. I'm almost passed out. They think, oh, she's just stressed out, or she's dramatic, or they don't realize it's something, like, you necessarily can't help, and it's kind of like, it's impending doom. Mm-hmm. It's like you died and went to hell. I was at Ian's recording. It was super hard to breathe, and I somehow managed to record these songs, but when I was in the car, I was, like, about to pull over and call 911 because I thought I was going to pass out. And I eventually made it home, and I was so thankful my dad was there, because I would have, if my dad wasn't home, I would have probably called 911. The one day I did go to the ER, though, and they took an EKG, they took blood work, they checked everything, they did a chest x-ray. He was like, you're probably one of the healthier people that's going to come in here this week, no joke. And I was like, well, that's reassuring, but it's still hard to breathe. I'm still getting panic attack. And then I went and got a pulmonary test, and I'm, like, afraid to get the results next week, and I'm hoping that they're going to be okay. I feel like no matter what, the anxiety is still going to be there, and I'm hoping, like, maybe I can get weed for it or something, because I don't want to be taking Klonopin, but that I can't help. It's definitely on my mom's side. My great-grandmother was apparently a hypochondriac. My poor uncle, he committed suicide, and what scares me is, like, I think a lot like him. Like, when I was going through all those panic attacks, I was suicidal, because I thought, I can't live like this. Like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it in this world. Oh, God. Be alone, like, learning things than hanging out with people doing pointless shit. I find more solace in my room, being alone, learning and practicing things. What else can I play? Let's see. I don't know if you know this song. If you do, I'd be surprised, but Blackbird taught me how to riff. Blackbird changed my life. Like, he really did.
Do you like mansions?
I love mansions. Just a rich white girl.
Like, I don't know, like...
Mention mansions. That's insane to me that you fucking know mansions.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fucking, you're amazing. Okay. This is my girl, but I haven't played the piano in probably a month or two. Probably 2 months. So I'm like relearning it like right now. It's crazy. Oh yeah. This is Amy. We have it. What the fuck? What the fuck? At nighttime is usually when I practice singing or riffing or rapping or writing or something of that sort. And since I moved back from New York and moved out of my ex-boyfriend's apartment, I've been living with my dad.
You live out as a woman, feeling that you can't find my one. Lingers where we're dying. You live God as an enemy.
Around that time, my parents got a divorce, so my mom wasn't around much, so it's just kind of been me and my dad. And at first I thought it was going to be super depressing, but it actually turned out to be the best time of my life. And one thing I love about living with my dad is that he can sleep through anything. So I can usually practice at any hours and he doesn't even hear me at all. This is one of the reasons, though, why I feel like I can never have a roommate.
Oh my god.
Because I'm usually up singing in the middle of the night, and I do not give a shit. In fact, I think my favorite part of my night is when it ends and I get to go cook and sing in my kitchen.
I think she either goes, like fast vibrato, or there's a little flutter. It's humanly impossible. So
I actually started learning how to riff from this vocal teacher on YouTube named Natalie Weiss, and I love her breaking down the riff series, and I love practicing those. Whenever I'm cooking and like breaking down riffs is so much fun to me. It's
oh yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The riff.
She's such a super nerdy vocal teacher, and I just love that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Little dick bitch. Never thought I could riff. Never thought I could rap fast. But I said, damn it, I will, if it kills me. And I learned. So, all that you're either born with it or you're not is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. If you really work at something and you really put your mind to it and you really want to fucking do it, you will, bitch. Might not be perfect. It might take you a while. But if you have to practice and learn how to do something, you'll always know how to do it. Whereas if you're born with it, you really don't know how you do it. You just do it. So I think it's better to know why rather than last note on the piano. Just doing it nonsensically, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Shout out to Rist. He's seriously hip-hop producer. Give me a buzz and I tell the boat to the crib. I know I got problems, but I swear to God I'm a light year away from the wind. But I can't see my vision, but I'm destined to kill this. Not a suspect, a witness. Strong will, but I give in. My pussy's a palace, bitches can't drop it. A hot poly pocket, put my finger in sockets. Electric Judas in the game, now 20K to botch it. I did a few lines and I wrote 1,000, but who really counting? My brain's so chip cause my mind's always jogging. Take his face and then crop it. Asian dog with the drop kick. Surprise bitch, I just dropped in. Ford Explorer, I'ma drop pins. S in the dick quite often. In my throat like your voice
sparks, and now I'm kinda sound like I'm from Boston. Oh shit, you didn't think that I'd let you get up on it easy, breezy. No covers for girls that are standing in line for that freebie. He be eating that peanut butter from the jar, now we calling me reason. I don't have any more lines for this, but I'm coming back in. I give him the cookie, then I get the monster. I'm hungry, girl, my tummy's always grumbling. Fake bitches with the bad vibes coming in. Control the weather with my mind, you hear it thundering. No, I don't text the bitch back, I leave him wondering. When did double XL become a fucking circus? Cloud demons from hell, they probably still lurking. They ain't never gonna change if that shit's working. I just swallow all my problems when I get nervous. Yeah, I'm popping and then I'm popping. Yeah. They ain't never gonna change if that shit's working. I just swallow all my problems when I get nervous.
But $50,000 though? That's a lot. That's crazy.
Popping and popping and then I'm popping another. Popping and popping and then I'm popping another. Yeah, I'm popping and popping and then I'm popping another.